Hello everyone and welcome to another web development video. Today we are going to talk about navigation bars and we are going to create a navigation bar for a website. So we're going to start off by creating a folder here and we're going to call this folder website. So we're going to open this up and we're going to start off by creating a new folder in here called styles. And we're going to open up Sublime. I'm going to close that project that I have here. And we're going to go File, Open, and we're going to select this folder that we created and go Open. And now we're going to right-click the website folder here, create a new file, and we're going to call this, press Command S, and call this index.html. And we're going to start off by writing our doc type, which we always do when we create a website. Doc type HTML. This indicates that we're using HTML5, and now we're going to write some HTML here. Head, body, footer. And now press Command S to save. Go into Styles, right-click, New File, and press Command S to save, and we're going to call this style.css. So the first thing we want to do is do a star. So we're going to select all the elements on the website and do margin 0 and padding 0, because we don't want any spaces between the actual website and the borders of the web browser. So now we want to create a navigation bar, so let's create a class in our style sheet called navbar. The width of our navbar will be 100%. The height will be 48 pixels. Whoops. And the line height will be 48 pixels. And the vertical align will be centered. And the text align will be left. And let's do color wide. Okay. And we also want a background color of our navigation bar, and we're just gonna go with black, actually. Black. So let's put this navbar in our body here. So we're gonna create a div with the class of navbar, and we're gonna close the div like this, like so. Press Command S. Remember to always press Command S. And now we're going to open up internet and we're going to see what this looks like. So we're just going to open up internet and we're going to drag that HTML index.html file in here. And we can't actually see anything here right now because we haven't included our style sheet. So let's go back in here, go into the index, and we're going to do link rel equals style sheet, and type is equal to text and CSS. Command S to save, refresh the page, and we should see a navigation bar here. .navbar, background color. Let's try to. Oh, sorry guys. We need to do href is equal to styles and style.css. There we go. Now we should see a black bar here. So we want to add some buttons to this bar. So to do that, we're going to go in here and we're going to go into the style, and we're going to set up some other things in here. So we're going to do nav left. This will be the left part of the navbar, which will be float left. And the nav right will be float right. And then we want to set up the elements inside of the navbar. And to do so, we're just going to do navbar ul and navbar li, because we will be using lists inside of the navbar. And these will be displayed as inline. And we're going to put some margin on them, so they won't be so tightly together. and we're going to do margin right 10 pixels. There we go. And now we're going to create another class in here called nav button. This is the button, and we're just going to do color white, text decoration none, and also we would like it to be font size of, let's do 20 pixels actually, and outline none. This is optional, but I like to do this. And then we are going to make it look a little better. So we're going to do transition 3 seconds. I want to do some fading on it. So now button hover. And we're going to do background. And we're going to do color red. Let's do blue, just for fun. And transition.3s. There we go. It's actually 3 milliseconds, but okay. So here we created our parts of the navbar, the left part and right part. And here we set up the list inside of the navbar. These lists will hold our navigation buttons. And we want them to be displayed as inline, or else they will be falling vertical. We want them to be horizontal. And here's our nav button. It has a color of white. We don't want any kind of text decoration. And we set a font size, and we make it a little animation here when we hover it. So let's go and set this up. So inside of the navbar, do div class is equal to nav left. So this is the left part. And in here we're going to do ul and li. If you don't know how to use ul tags, look up ul tags on W3 schools on Google. And now we're going to close the li, and in here we're going to do an a tag class is equal to nav button, and href will be index.html, so this will lead back. And we're going to put some text in here called home or something like that. And let's copy this thing and do about. So all the buttons will lead back home right now because we don't have any other pages. And let's do contact. There we go. So now if we go into the website and refresh, we should see these buttons. And actually, we spelled this wrong. Sorry. So now we won't have any text decoration. So this is what it looks like now. Pretty cool, right? I'm gonna change the font here. Font family, and let's do sans serif. There we go. And I actually want the font size to be a little bit smaller, so let's go 16. There we go. And now we want to put something here as well. So to do that, we're just going to copy this thing right here, the nav left class, nav left div, and we're going to call this nav right instead, and we're going to put something else, or login and register. There we go. Now we got these buttons here as well. So this works very well actually. And in the next video we will be looking into how to make drop-down menus when you hover something here. So yeah, that will be in the part 2 video. This is the part 1. So this is how I create my navigation bars, and thanks for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for the part 2 video where we will be creating drop-down menus. So thanks for watching, guys.